So, after probably a week and a half of some pretty intense rain, and yesterday, after losing power most of the day, obviously not due to snow, but due to extreme wind, today the sun has come out. And since I always make the joke that I'm solar powered, I figured we'd go for a walk out in the woods. Maybe not down any of the like back paths because, as you can see, or as you probably saw, definitely wearing orange again today. But it's kind of neat. There was a fairly hard frost last night, but it feels pretty good now. I went out this morning and fed the swans. I think there were only 5 this morning. Took some silly pictures of frosty things, drank my coffee, and said, you know what? I need to get some vitamin D. And head out into the woods. Just kind of get a little walk. It's not as pretty here as it probably should be. They were logging this summer, so there's still quite a bit of debris out here. But it's still outside and it's still the woods, which makes me happy. I am glad that when they do their logging, at least these days, they don't clear cut. There are some areas that I walk that I think they were clear cut like 30 years ago and they still look terrible. But it's not quite as thickly forested right through here as it was. I was kind of hoping that there would be a little bit more frost still, but the hand that's holding the camera is glad that it's warming up decently. It's very weird to be out here walking in November and for there not to be snow on the ground. It's not unheard of. It's just very weird. Part of me doesn't want to complain about it because, less to shovel. And part of me is extremely disturbed. But yeah, it was funny because I woke up yesterday and I think within 5 minutes of waking up, the power flickered. And I looked outside at the trees whipping back and forth and said, well, today might be exciting. Happy to report that none of the trees on my property or on my neighbors seem to have fallen, so that's good. But yeah, probably around, I guess 11:30 or 12, the power did a flicker, and then another flicker, and then 3 really quick flickers in a row, came back on for about 45 seconds, and then just went down. And stayed down for most of the afternoon. But thankfully, it came back on in time for, everything I wanted to do yesterday, which is mostly just actually have heat and warm food. Two things that are, I was going to say underrated, but if you've ever lost power in the winter, or even when just the weather is icky, or I guess if you lose power when it's really hot too, suddenly you realize electricity's pretty awesome. I'm a fan. Mostly because I'm a giant baby. And I don't like being too hot or too cold. That nuthatch is very upset. They sound like weird little squeaky toys. There aren't too many bird calls that I know immediately. You would think living out in the woods I'd be able to ID way more birds by their call. But I can't. I can tell chickadees, nuthatches, a couple woodpeckers, whippoorwill, and swan. Maybe flickers too. I love how the minute I stop, they stop calling. Obviously, they're calling because I'm disturbing them by having the unmitigated audacity of walking through their forest. I'm kind of looking forward to getting video like I always do of snow. But I'm also kind of enjoying the fact that I'm not freezing right now. A little chilly, but not freezing by any means. There's still a little frost on these leaves. I guess if I wanted to take you guys for a frosty walk, I should have skipped the coffee. It was pretty. I took a few pictures and popped them up on Instagram, which is where I pop most of the pictures I take. And then I save the best of them, or at least the ones I like the best, on my computer. And try not to save too many on my phone, because as I found out the other day, you can fill up your entire phone memory with nothing but photos. Oops. Thankfully, most of them were on my computer, so erasing them off the phone wasn't too bad. So anyway, I do have an exciting announcement. Well, all right, I guess if I announce it, I can't go back on it. I think this year I am going to attempt to do the official, put some heavy air quotes around it, Vlogmas that YouTube usually does. I'm gathering ideas for, holiday themed content that will fill up a month worth of stuff. I'm thinking a lot of crafting, maybe some recipes, maybe some decorating. Not that I'm good at decorating, but you know what? This could be good for me. Maybe I could learn how to actually decorate. But yeah, there will be a daily something holiday themed type vloggy style deal. That was word salad and a half. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun looking up like craft ideas that are both cool and not too hard to do. I saw a couple that I was like, okay, that's really cool. But I don't have half those tools, at least I don't think I do. I might have some tools out in the garage, but I don't know how to use them all. So I'm looking for like easier stuff. Stuff that, if you want to, you can do as well. So yeah, I think it'll be fun. It's funny because for, the 3 years? Have I been on YouTube for 3 or 4 years? I don't know. For the number of years I've been on YouTube now, I've never officially done Vlogmas. I've always kind of been like, dude, I already post daily anyway. What's different about Vlogmas? But then I was like, you know what? Vlogmas is themed. That's the difference. I'm also going to try to incorporate as much like natural stuff into the decor that I do as I can. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, well, this has been nice. The sun is out, which is wonderful because, like I said, half the time I think that I am probably solar powered. Put a big old solar panel on my head, I'll be fine. And even though I got out a couple days ago for a walk, it still wasn't quite this blue sky beautiful. It makes me feel better. Anyway, I am going to sign off, mostly because my hand is getting tired of holding a camera. First world problems, that's for sure. You guys get to see all sorts of dumb things, like my hand. And the fact that my hair is a mess, etc. But it's a gorgeous day. I'm going to walk for a while. And thank you for coming with me, at least for a little bit of it.